Hi guys, and welcome back to Alistair Davies Golf. Today's video is all about setup and how you can set up the golf ball in great balance and the correct distance away from the ball and with the correct biomechanical positions. So I've got a couple of tools here which will help you get into the right position, and I've also got something you can use which then doesn't involve any purchase of any equipment. So this is a pro stance, something I use to get plays into balance sometimes at address. And the idea in this is we want to get the arches of our feet on the middle of this pro stance, take a shoulder width stance, and then try and find what I call the balance point, rocking from heel to toe, and find the position where my toes, if you like, or the balls of my feet and the heels are kind of balancing, and I've got kind of air between both, and that's the kind of balance position I'd want to be in at address. Okay. What I'd also look for this is obviously we want to be bending from the hips. So when we take the golf club and put it across our groin, so about halfway down my pocket here, you'll see here, when I tilt forward, that's the bend point, and I want that bend point to match the balance point. And then in an ideal world, when I've got that right, if I drop the club down from my armpit, that should kind of go between the balls of my feet, tips of my knees, and my armpit. So I have that kind of line going down. That's the position I'd want to be in from a balance point of view. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about really is my kind of knees and hips. So my knees, I'd want to feel like they're pushed apart a little bit. That engages my glutes. That's also going to make sure I've got good stability in my lower half. So I kind of imagine there's almost like a mini box between my feet and my knees here. The last thing is my left hip. I'd want it to feel like it goes a fraction towards target and a fraction up. So my left hip is higher than my right. That's going to allow me to rotate into my backswing without trying to make any sway movement or compensation. So it's about being balanced and positionally correct. Now, from a distance from the ball, I'd want this gap to be about a fist and a thumb away. A lot of guys I see will get too close, and a lot of guys will get too far away. And a lot of questions I'll get from people within lessons is how far away should I actually stand from the golf ball? So you can measure it with your fist. We can also take the golf club out here from parallel, bend and bow till the club hits the ground. And where that club kind of reaches the ground is kind of where the ball should be. That's a good guide. And then this would want to be about a fist and a thumb away. So we have various checkpoints you can use to double and triple check these things. So if you haven't got a pro stance, what you could actually use is just a golf club. So if I put this golf club in exactly the same position the pro stance was in, and try and get, again, a nice balance point on the shaft of the club, of where I'd want to be at address. And then from there, as I swing, I want to maintain that kind of balance. If anything, my weight will go slightly towards my right heel in the backswing. If anything, my weight will go slightly towards my left heel on the through swing. And I can feel with that balance point at that shaft there, my weight moving ever so slightly from forward to back on my feet. Now, one thing to bear in mind with all this is when we take our address, if I have too much weight favouring my toes, the tendency is likely that my weight will stay forward, or I'm going to make a quick movement to the heels as I start to move. But I'm going to create some kind of movement in my body. The flexion and extension of my body is going to change pretty quick. And the same if I put my weight in my heels. The club's either going to come round and the weight will stay on the heels, or I'm likely to kind of dive forward as I swing back. And then from this position then is a recovery position. So the more we can get the weight in what I'd call like a centered position and maintain it, the more we're going to have control in our golf swing. So I'd encourage you to hit some balls. Kind of use the mini bend and bow. Have your feet on the shaft here. Hit some golf balls from here. And try to maintain that balance, specifically really in the backswing. In the through swing, I want the weight to go to the left heel. So we're going to feel, eventually the weight will get over here, and we feel we anchored over this side a little bit more. I do want that. But precisely really for the backswing, I'd want to see the weight feel quite stable. I won't see the weight moving around too much. Yes, I want the right hip to work back. I want the weight to go towards the right heel. I don't mind you feeling that a little bit, but a setup, try and get that stability. Try and maintain it certainly for the start of the swing, and then work into your right heel at the top will be a good feel for me. So the key points are really of today's kind of tip lesson. We want to see you in a really athletic, balanced setup. Back fairly straight, but it'll be in what we call your comfortable posture position, because not everybody's got a straight back. I certainly haven't. Left hip will be slightly towards target and slightly higher than the right. Knees pushed apart a little bit to engage the lower half and the hips. the balance, find the sweet spot between your toes and your heels, so the balance is in the middle of your feet, and then from there we will pull the trigger. Hope you've enjoyed this video on kind of the setup and the balance. If you have, please click like down below. That really helps my channel grow. Post any comments or questions, particularly videos you want me to cover in the future. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I've got regular content coming every single week on a variety of subjects. I post videos 3 times a week, and this will ensure you don't miss a video. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the support.